So very good morning students. So in the previous class we were discussed about how to write a dimensional formulas and different definitions also we discussed in the previous class. Now today the class which is very important because related to principle of homogeneity. See, there is a principle of homogeneity. Basically on this basis, in the MSET point of view as well as in the NEET point of view, this principle of homogeneity is very important. Not only related to objective point, see, it is also important for IPE point of view, also very important. And let us see, today we are discussing about a principle of homogeneity. Sir, what is mean by principle of homogeneity? In general, principle of homogeneity is nothing but in a given equation, in any given equation, suppose you take one equation, or I'll give you one example. Suppose you take two physical quantities. If two physical quantities to be added, then we'll get the other physical quantity. Is it right or not? So that in a given an expression, the only physical quantities can be added, can be subtracted, and as well as can be equated. So which we can call as principle of homogeneity. See, you remember the only physical quantity. You remember it is a statement is we can define like this: only physical quantities have the same dimensions. So which can be added, which can be subtracted, and which can be equated also. So that now I am giving the statement here, we can state like this. So we can define like this, which is nothing but a only physical quantity. See, we can write like this: only physical quantity. See, only physical quantity having a same dimension, that is same dimensional formula. You say same dimensional formula can be added or subtracted, or we can say equated, or it is we can call equated. This is the statement. In general, we can say statement is the only physical quantity having same dimension can be added, subtracted, or equated. So in a given expression, suppose now I am giving one example related to principle of homogeneity. Let you take one equation, V is equal to U plus AT. This is the one equation. In this equation, there are different physical quantities are given. See, it is a velocity. We can say final velocity. V is the final, U is the initial, A is the acceleration, and T is the time. So in this equation, see, two quantities are added, and this sum is to be equated. So in this, let us verify whether it is dimensionally correct or not. See that what here you write here a dimensional formula for individual physical quantity. You take a velocity is the individual initial velocity and final velocity, both are there. No, V is nothing but a final. So that for this dimensional formula L t power minus 1, and you take a initial velocity also L t power minus 1. Like AT you take, AT is also same L t power minus 2 into T. So which we can write like this, because bases are same, no, therefore L t power minus 1. Look at in this given equation, it is dimensionally all physical quantities are same. So if the equations are represented if dimensionally equal in the given equation, the dimensionally it is dimensional formulas are same for all quantities. Therefore for that the equation that we can say only physical quantity having same dimension. Look at V is the same dimension, U also same, and AT, this AT is the one physical quantity also same dimension. So this type of equations can be added, can be subtracted, can be equated. So like this is we can call as a principle of homogeneity. I'll give you another example also. You take, suppose here it is given like this. There is one equation is giving like you say S is equal to ut plus half AT square. It is also one of the equation, right? S is nothing but a displacement, ut is the one quantity, and half AT square is the another quantity. Let us you take a dimensional formula for individual physical quantities. Suppose S is the displacement, yes, it represented as a L, right? And you take a ut also one quantity, that is L t power minus 1 for velocity, and time is there, no, then you write a time. So bases are same, then power is to be added, so that minus 1 plus 1 becomes 0, then only left here L, because this will be cancelled, minus and plus. And here go for a half 80 square. See, this is half 80 square, half is the number. For number there is no dimensional formula. In the previous class also I told you very clear. And here 80 is nothing but a Lt power minus 2. Acceleration is the Lt power minus 2, and time is again you take a t square, again plus 2 minus 2 is cancelled. Look at in the given expression, look at here displacement is the L, ut is also L, and half 80 square also L. See, if the given expressions are, in that expression the physical quantities, the given physical quantities are dimensionally equal or dimensionally same, so that type of expressions or that type of physical quantities can be added. The physical quantities can be added, like we can add, we can subtract, like we can equal. So this is nothing but a principle of homogeneity. So the principle of homogeneity is nothing but the only physical quantities having same dimension formula can be added, can be subtracted, can be equated. This is a principle of homogeneity, this like examples. Okay. Clear? Now we'll see the next one. See, now the next is also very important. Actually we can say uses of dimensional formula. Uses, you say uses of dimensional formulas, or we can say analysis of dimensional formula. Uses, actually by using the dimensional formulas, let us, we have 5 uses are there. I'll tell you that 5 uses, and I'll give you for that 5 uses also, for each use I'll give you one example also. So first use, actually by using the dimensional formula, see, we can see the dimensional formula can be used to convert. It is used to convert, like I can say DMF can be used to convert. See, we can convert from one system of unit to another system. You write here another system. Like if it is we can say it is given in the CGS system, then we can convert into MKS, or it is given in the MKS system, yes, we can convert into CGS system. So this is the first use. And go for a second use. See, again DMF can be used to check. See, we can check, see the given equation, we can check the given equation whether it is correct or not, the expression whether the dimensionally correct or not. So this is the second use. We can check the given equation correct or not, correctness of the given equation. This is the second use. And coming to the third use, see, by using a dimensional formula, you remember there is a third use is the dimensional formula. See, to derive a different physical quantities, that's we can say in a given equation or in the given question, that in the question they will give you different physical quantities. By using the different physical quantities, we can derive an expression. So that by using different physical quantities, we can derive the equation. This is the next use, third use it is. Remember, in the question that will give you different physical quantities. By using that all physical quantities, yes, we can derive an expression. This is the third use. And let us will go for a fourth use. That is the fourth use is nothing but here is the fourth use is nothing but you remember it is a find. We can find, by using this we can find a unit of a given physical quantity. We can find a given physical quantity units, given physical quantity unit, right? So fifth, it is also very important. See, we can derive like we can use to design our own system. We can design our own system of units. These are the 5 uses. Once again look at, uses of dimensional formulas or applications also we can say. There are 5 uses or 5 applications are there. First one, say can be used to convert from one system of unit into another system. Second, check the correctness of a given equation, if the equation whether it is correct or not. And the third one, derive the equation. So in a given a physical in a given expression or in a given question, they will give you different physical quantities. By using that physical quantities, yes, we can derive an expression. And here fourth use, given physical quantity. See, the given physical quantity units, we can derive the unit of a given physical quantity. And fifth one, our own system of unit. We can also derive an own system of unit. These are the 5 uses, right? I'll give you for each one example, right? Let us, you take a first one, that is the given is, we can take the first equation or first use, that we can say dimensional formula can be used to convert a one system of unit into another system. So that I'll give you best example for this. Actually for this we have 2 types of methods are there, but I'll tell you first method. See, the question is given, so like it is question. In this example now I am giving to convert, right, one system of unit into another system, no, to convert Newton to dyne. Sir, first what we have to do here everyone remember, for this purpose, first of all to convert a Newton to dyne is asking Newton to dyne. So the given, in the given question, in the given example, we have to know these two, this Newton and the dyne or belongs to which physical quantity. Newton and the dyne are related to which physical quantity, that we have to identify. If we know that, then we can do very easy, because we are using the dimensional method, no, dimensional formulas. So here Newton related to, here this Newton and dyne are related to only one physical quantity, not these two are different. These two units are related to one physical quantity only. See, this related to what, sir? It is related to force. So that here we know now the force, it is the force. Newton related to, it is an SI system, or we can say MKS, right? And here another one is dyne is given. The dyne also related to force only, but it is in CGS system. Right? In the previous class, I told you that I was given one expression, that is N1 U1 is equal to N2 U2. Or you remember this? This is the method 1 I am giving. Method 1. It is a method 1. N1 U1 is equal to N2 U2. N1 is nothing but a number. U1 is nothing but it is the unit of the given physical quantity. So that here you take we can take like this. One we can say, N1 is N1 into unit is nothing but you say CGS. This is the first method I am telling. N2 is nothing but a MKS, which we can take like this. N1 is nothing but a CGS, N2 is nothing but a MKS. See, here CGS unit and MKS unit. CGS is nothing but actually dyne, and MKS is nothing but here it is Newton. So now we have to get N1 either N2 or N2, then we have to solve the N1 or N2. After getting N1 and N2, here you substitute, then we will get the final answer. Right, now let us, before that, here we know the force dimensional formula mLT power minus 2. See, the dimensional formula is same in both CGS and MKS. It is not different in different systems. It is in the all system, dimensional formulas are same. Now let us here write here, instead of CGS you take as M1 L1 T1 power minus 2, because here 1 is there, no? Like in the same way, here also you take as M2 L2 T2 power minus 2. Shall I? It is to be given N1 is N1 of M like this. So here you do one thing. Let us this M1 L1 T1 take this side. Therefore N1 is equal to N2 of M2 L2 T2 power minus 2 by M1 L1 T1 power minus 2. Let us here N1 is equal to, we can take like this. You separate the terms, M2 by M1. And other is L2 by L1, and other one is you write T2 by T1 power minus 2. Clear? Now let us in MKS and CGS, actually here we can take a M2 by M1. Let us be write like this, m2 by m1. You take as m2 by m1. m2 is related to mks, m1 is related to cgs. So that mass is measured, see mass is measured in kgs. So 1 kg, that is we can say 1 kg by 1 gram, because in cgs system mass is measured in gram. So 1 kg is nothing but we can take as a 1000 grams by gram. Everyone concentrate, because the method is to be like this. So that we will get the 1000 here, m2 by m1. Let you take a same the process, L2 by L1 is equal to, again L2 related to mks, so that it is measured in meter, and L1 related to cgs, it is measured in it is a centimeter. So 1 meter is nothing but a 1000 it is 100 meter 100 centimeters by centimeter. So centimeter is cancelled. Like here time also you take T2 by T1. So T2 by T1, it is measured in 1 second by 1 second, so that we may get only 1. Now we know m2 by m1 is 1000, L2 by L1 is 100, T2 by T1 is 1. Now these you substitute here, then we'll get the like this by using this expression. So that n1 here you take as this expression here, okay, that is n1 is equal to n2 of m2 by m1, that is 1000, and here L2 by L1, this is take as a 100, and time is T2 by T1 is nothing but a 1 power minus 2. However 1 power minus 2 also 1 only, because minus 1 into minus 1 it is become a plus 1. So that we can take as a n1 is equal to n2 into 1000, and here 100 is there. So we can say 10 power 3 here, and here you can take as a 10 square. So that n1 is equal to n2 of 10 power 5. This is the n1 value. Now n1 we know, n2 of 10 power 5. Now let us substitute here. This is you say equation 1 here. Now this is you say equation 2. Now this substitute 2 in 1, here 2 in 1, instead of n1 you write. Shall I? So this is the way we have to get like this. Clear? Now we have to substitute, that is equation 2 substitute in equation 1. Okay? Now I'll substitute the last one, that is there it is, n1 is instead of n1 you write here n2, because otherwise you write here substitute 2 in 1. So that n1 instead of n1 you take as n2 of 10 power 5 cgs, right, is equal to n2 of mks. So you cancel n to n2. So 10 power 5 cgs is equal to mks. Sir, in cgs force is measured in dyne. You write here a dyne is equal to newton, or you write small letter newtons like this. So that here we can say conclusion, 1 newton is equal to 10 power 5 dynes. This is the conversion. The given conversion to be like this, because 1 newton is equal to 10 power 5 dynes. Okay, this is the uses of dimensional formula to convert one system of unit into another system, one system of unit into another system. This is the one example. Okay. So this is the first method, and we'll go for a second method. So the second method, in the same question, now I am giving second method. Same, it is a very easy. See, we can take like this also. It is for IPE question. It is IPE, we have to do like this. Suppose in objective, see, we cannot take this much of time. So there in that objective type will get only 1 minute. So we can take like this also. See, second method, Newton, right? You write in small letters. It is a Newton is equal to, actually it is related to what, sir? It is related to force, right? So the force we can also take the unit in Newton, we can also write like this, kg meter per second, right? Newton is related to kg, meter per second. So kg now you convert into CGS system. Kg is nothing but we can take 1000 grams 1 kg, and meter is nothing but 100 centimeter by second. Second, however, second only. Look at here, 1000 into 100 into gram centimeter per second. So here we can take as a 10 power 5 because 1 2 3 4 5 gram centimeter per second. This is what Newton it is. In general, in forces it is MKS system unit, no, whereas gram centimeter per second is nothing but you look at your gram centimeter per second related to dyne. This is for force in CGS system. So that 1 Newton is equal to 10 power 5 dynes. See, same. See, we did two methods. One method is a long method that we have to write in the IP examination, that is intermediate public examination. This is for objective type. Second method we have to follow like this. Okay, this is the question, this is the use, and other is there, that is an example I'll give you. Suppose you want to do this, that is example is another example, second example now I am giving. This is homework. If anyone want to do it. It is 1 joule is equal to 10 power 7 erg. This is the one. Another question, suppose if anyone you want to do it. Okay, this is the second example for this conversion from one unit to another unit, right? So second use. Now we'll go for a second use. Second use of dimensional methods. Second use of dimensional methods. See, that is second use. See, there is a second use. In the first I was given the second use. See, verify the correctness of the given equation. Verify or correctness of a given equation. Verify. See, that is we can say verify the correctness of a given equation, or else you won't write. Say like it is verify the correctness of the given equation. So this is the second equation, second one. Verify the correctness of a given equation. So suppose now we have to verify whether the expression or dimensionally verified or not. Suppose now I am giving the example. For this example, see, now we have to verify v is equal to u plus at. In this expression, whether it is dimensionally correct or not. What is mean that? That mean you see this quantity and this quantity and this quantity. Now we have to write all dimensional formula for these all quantities. If all dimensional formulas are same for the given physical quantity, therefore it is dimensionally verified. And here you take a v is nothing but a velocity, that is L t power minus 1. This is the dimensional formulas. Now I am giving for all physical quantities. U is nothing but a L t power minus 1. At, it is L t power minus 2 into t. So we will get L t power minus 1. Now you write these all dimensions in this expression. L t power minus 1, L t power minus 1, L t power minus 1. Yes, it is verified because all quantities are represented as the same dimensions. So same way I will give you second example also. Again we have to verify v square minus u square is equal to 2as. V square minus u square is equal to 2as. Again you write a velocity dimensional formula, L t power minus 1. Velocity again L t power minus 1. A, acceleration L t power you take it is L t power minus 2, and displacement is L. Now these all substitute here, what will happen, we'll see. Whether it is equal or not, all quantities in this expression, if it is equal dimensions, then we can say the equation is verified. You write here L t power minus 1 whole square minus L t power minus 1 whole square 2 into A. A is nothing but L t power minus 2 and into L. So that here you take a square, L square t power minus 2, L square t power minus 2, 2 into L into L, L square t power minus 2. Okay, this is also verified. It is also dimensionally verified. It is like this in a physics. In the given all equations are verified. Dimensionally it is verified only. See, like this all expressions are, if it is given expressions are dimensionally correct, then we can say the verification is over. right? I'll give you third example also. You want to write third example. Suppose you take another expression, that is s is equal to ut plus half at square. Yes, it is also dimensionally verified. You say, again you write a dimensional formula for individual physical quantities. S is represented as L, ut you take, that is Lt power minus 1 into t, tt cancel, then we'll get ut is L, and here half at square, that is half is the number, so acceleration is Lt power minus 2 into t, so t square is cancelled. Yes, here it is, look at S is L, ut is L, half at square also L. It is verified, dimensionally verified it is. Right, this is the second use of dimensional methods. Right, thank you very much, and this is the class today, the uses. Thank you, and we'll continue in the next class.